For this month's drill, we brought in a friend of mine, Hunter Freeland of Hunter Freeland Shooting. First of all, dude, thank you very much for coming out. It's good to get to hang out with you. Why don't you tell everybody out there who you are and what you do?
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Drew. Guys, I'm Hunter Freeland. I run Hunter Freeland Shooting. Basically, I get to run around the country and train law enforcement, military, and civilians in a metric-based, performance-oriented style training, right? Trying to make the transition either to the dot or to more performance-oriented training a little bit easier, faster, and efficient for everyone.
Drill number 3 is Tuxedo time. The way this drill is going to work, from the shooting line with hands relaxed at sides or wrists below belt, on the buzzer, you'll draw and engage each target with 2 rounds each from near to far. Then perform a mandatory reload and engage each target again from far to near with 2 rounds each again.
Back here at the 25, you'll notice that we have hard cover, a little bit of black on the target. Make sure from your own setup that this tuxedo style target mimics this exact target here, right? Make sure all of the black is outside of the A zone, but the entirety of the A zone is exposed for this 25-yard target. 15 yards, we have a fully open target, right? No more hard cover to be concerned about, but the thing to pay attention to here is this is the target that we will align the entirety of the drill off of, right? So make sure that your shooting platform is directly in front of this 15-yard target, not the 25, not the 7. Your 25-yard target will be exactly 1 yard off of the edge of this 15. Your 7-yard target up here will be exactly 1 yard to the right of this center target here, okay? This last target right here at 7 yards, you'll notice a fully open target, no hard cover to be concerned about, but we've got to talk about some scoring really quick, right? So everything inside the A zone is gonna be 5 points. Everything inside the C zone is gonna be 3. Everything as a delta is gonna be 1. Anything off target as a mic is gonna be -10. Same thing with the black of the hard cover down there.
As we were going through and talking about this drill, so we talked before about it, we had some Zoom calls and everything because you live down in Texas and I live in Tennessee, 2 great states, by the way. So with that said, we were talking about it. Where did this come from? And what, like, let's explain to everybody why we came up with this and why we really wanted to focus on these certain things.
Yeah, so accelerator style drills have been used for 40, 50, 60 years at this point, right? Yeah. It's a great way of kind of taking in all the important aspects of shooting while standing still, right? You got to have a good aggressive draw. You got to have different levels of engagement speeds on different targets, right? You got to be able to dismount the gun and mount the gun again. But really, it's just a kind of a good test to see where my deficiencies end and begin.
I like that. So especially at these different distances, and one thing is we added that far target in, that tuxedo, and that's really going to force you to drill down on that and get the appropriate level, would you call it, you know, sight picture, you know, or confirmation, whatever you want to call it, but you're going to have to get that target really well, and it's going to force you to get those A zone shots. Whereas a lot of people, they just burn through it and they shoot at the same speed and they're like, oh, man, no big deal, you know. We're forcing that at that distance. So I'm pretty excited to go through this. So let's go ahead here in a second, and what we're going to do is we're going to walk through and we're going to break down each skill. So for our first skill, we're going to be talking about landing zones. And Hunter, this is something you brought up earlier, and I like the way you explain this, right? And take it in a second, but that landing zone happens anytime we're getting our gun onto the target, whether it's a draw, whether it's a transition, it could be after reload, but anything like that, right?
Yeah, so your landing zone is described as the size of the target or the difficulty of target that I'm shooting at, right? So if I'm super close here at 7 yards, an open size target, my landing zone is massive, right? Which should affect my time on target, right? Big, large, open target here, I'm not gonna spend much time there. I can get that good vertical dot dispersion and then shift off to the next target at distance where my landing zone will change again.
So as those landing zones change, is there anything extra you do, or is it, hey man, we're just gonna take a little bit more care? Well, guess what? That probably rolls right into our next skill, which is our confirmation levels.
Yep.
So for skill number 2, like we said a second ago, let's talk about those confirmation levels and how you like to think about them for, say, that close, that medium, and that farther target. How does that look for you?
Yeah, so the difficulty of the target is going to control our time on target. The consistency of our grip is going to control our dot behavior. I'm looking for a very specific dot behavior on each target, right? So if I've got a super large target, right, the preferred behavior is just vertical streaking, right? I never have to let that dot stop moving on a close target. But when I get to an intermediate size target here, what I call just kind of bumping down to a mid-level of confirmation, right? So instead of letting my dot stop or letting it just constantly fly all over the place vertically, I let my dot bounce, right? Medium engagements like this, I let that dot bounce just like this. The upside is the dot never stops moving and my trigger finger never stops moving as well, right? This size and difficulty of target allows me to be both aggressive and careful with the placement of my dot, right? It's a medium-sized target, so I can't be super aggressive, but I don't have to be super careful. It demands what it demands.
Can you show us what that looks like on the 7-yard target? How does that dot behavior look to you?
Yeah, so it's 7 yards to an open target, right? We are looking for that aggressive vertical streaking, right? The dot wants to move up and down just based on the recoil of the gun, right? I want, at a close size target like this, I want to see that dot vertically streaking about like that.
So that's your 7-yard. And then 15 looks like?
Looks a little bit more like this right here.
A little more controlled. Is that what you'd say it is?
Yep. So as long as the dot is lifting and returning to the same spot at the same speed, then our grip and vision's doing what we need it to. The other part of that comes to the brain power and time that we spend on that target, right? Can you sit here and demand a static dot on this target and get accurate hits? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the control between speed and accuracy demands that I use exactly what I need to here. So I just come in, that dot comes in about like this, it bounces, and I come right back off of it. Now, when I get down to the 25-yard target, that tuxedo target is where I got to start being a little bit more careful and demanding that that dot comes pretty damn static and or stable.
Would you say that I'm going to let that dot settle and confirm it? Boom, settle and confirm it?
Yeah, so I don't want to say settle and then confirm it, right? I want to confirm as it settles, because I don't want it to sit there and stare at me and talk to me like I'm a decent person.
You don't want to waste time.
Sure.
Gotcha.
Sure. Yeah, the name of the game is efficiency here. If I can get that dot to go exactly where I'm looking as quickly as possible, that's kind of the goal here. Just the idea is I'm looking for a static dot on small, careful targets. I can get a little bit more movement vertically on the medium-size engagements, and then up close to these open-size, massively large targets, I can begin to accept that vertical streaking.
Fair enough.
And then my time on target changes between each target as well.
So now we're going to get to our third skill, which is our reload, right? Now, reloads are reloads, right? Do it quick, do it well. If you notice, I tend to reload a little bit higher, more like Travis Tomasi does. You tend to reload a little bit lower, right? But like we were talking about, the big thing after this is once you reload, it's getting back onto that target and getting that right confirmation level like Hunter's been talking about. And then we just got to run that sucker all the way back down.
Your eyes have got to get back to a very specific spot, right? We can't just remount the gun with a poor grip, bad vision connection to the target, and then hope for the best. Your second engagement here post-reload should mimic your first engagement to get to that reload.
And I feel like the shots that we see missed a lot are going to be these, especially on this far target, are after that reload. Generally speaking, you know what I mean? Probably not all the time, but generally there's probably more of those that get pulled one way or the other.
Yeah, some of us think that we are the kings of remounting the gun with a shitty grip, expecting to get good hits, and those two things and pieces of math do not check out.
That was me on the intro. This month's e-prize table, we've obviously got all the stuff we've been offering every month. Leupold DP Pro, Vertx $500 gift card, BAER Solutions Wojtek belt with our new gray color, and an Agonic EDB belt. In addition to that, because of all the submissions and all you guys putting stuff in, we've got Staccato is giving away a $500 gift card to anything on their website. TXC Holsters, $300 gift card. Then we've got the Surefire XC3 that we'll give out, and Two Feathers Production knives. Lastly, and maybe my favorite, I don't know, they're all pretty good, is Graverworks. We've got 2 tomahawks, one this month and one next month. All right, you ready to shoot it, bud?
Let's fucking
Might as well
go.
just get ready to train. So
Yes, sir.
we have talked plenty. So now, stand by. Ooh, I think I pulled one in the black down there. Off to the left. I can see it.
Caught it on the left of 25.
Yep. Let's go check it out. There's no way I got a mic on that.
That's a double.
Is that one it? Yeah, I can see it. So there's no way, dude. All right.
Over there.
All right, so we got 4 there. Let's go down here. 1 Charlie. Ooh, I pulled 3 just off that left edge, actually, on that last one.
So this right here was out off of the remount or on the initial string?
That was coming back this way.
Coming back,
Yep. That was on the second. That was target 4. Ooh, look at those little guys. 1, 2, 3, all off the edge.
So adversely, right, a lot of people will just tell you at this point to slow down and get your hits.
No, dude.
And what do we tell people that say stuff like that, Drew?
Well, stop being a
Yeah, quit being a
We can't say that.
cut that. We say
Quit being a doucher.
quit being a
Yep. All right. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Stand by. Ooh, spicy time. So 572. But get a little off to the left
Charlie
like I
down there,
was.
the 25, possibly a Delta.
Yeah, 572. I'll grab this. I got this pacer gun up here.
4 Alpha.
So you're pretty much the same as me on those first 2 targets.
1 Charlie.
And down here you got 1 outside the black.
Yes, sir. So as I remounted the gun,
Uh,
it came back in. I did not use the correct amount of what I would call like urgent carefulness to get my dot to go back to the small spot. And I think it's really easy that once we go back to remount the gun, that we have to shift our eyes back to the target that was once at the gun. So getting our eyes back to that small spot is important. And I think I just kind of had a general soft focus as opposed to a hard focus at the center. Didn't provide a landing zone for my dot, so it didn't know where to go. So it landed in the Delta.
so that was first after the reload, you said?
Yep, right after the reload. Yep.
Fair enough.
That was me noticing.
Target 4 or target 2?
That's going to be target 4 because I think I noticed the inconsistent dot placement on 25. And when I came back in, I was trying to rush it because I knew I was down points.
Gotcha. So 20, 38, plus 15, plus...
Minus 15 and then the Charlie. So 43. Yeah, I
18
can't do
points.
math, man.
Yeah.
What's the time?
572.
572.
Cool.
All right. All right. Y'all got the public kid doing math over here.
All right, so for this one, I'm gonna try and focus, especially that reload on that sucker on the end, because I think one of my shots, 2 of them, were definitely after the reload, 1 right before it. So I'm gonna be a little more cognizant of that reload and get that dot right back on.
Yep. Have that visual patience.
Yeah.
To let that dot settle.
All right, stand by. I messed up that reload pretty good. But, all right, let's go see how that went.
It's like we're 4 Alpha up front. Two Charlie in the mid. Before you see the 25, what'd you call it 25?
I think after the reload, I had something off to the right. It's
Fell
close.
something off to the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we got?
So you're 4 Alpha down here at distance, and I
Okay.
think it's like talking about that part of vision, right? When you start to really start to care about the vision part of shooting, you will typically sometimes call misses bigger than they actually are.
Yeah, it
because-
just felt like it hung over this way, and I couldn't tell where it broke.
Yeah.
I knew it was close to the line, but it was off something. So,
Your dot
Fair
wants to go where you're looking, right? Allow it to do that.
yeah. All right, we're good on that. So 2 Charlie here. So 60 points minus 4, so we're at 56.
56 far.
Time was, 8:05 on that.
5, 6, 4. Not bad,
This
huh?
got all, dude, coming back down after the reload, because you're going quicker.
Yep.
I would rather just reload and do the same order, but it's like, it's screwing me up coming back down.
So the upside to that, though,
It's good though.
yeah. So your
because it's-
transitions are short because you're going from small targets to large targets. So it's easier to transition on the way back than it is on the way out because you've got long transitions on the way out.
My thing is, if you can do it backwards, you can do it forwards.
Yep.
And every time I come back, it's like I reload, then I shoot those targets, and I go, oh shit, I gotta keep shooting. And I'm like, oh crap, look, get back on this. So then I screw this up. But fair enough, good. I like that.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it again. Are you ready? Stand by. Ooh, got
Hated
spicy
that.
coming back to this target.
Yeah, it got a little aggressive there.
I saw that
Got a little lax with
right here as you came in. The first shot, as you shot this the second time, as you came from there to here, was right there. I think you broke that a
just
little
basically
quick.
like walked in and just tat.
Yep.
And did not pick a small spot on that first target. I'll tell you the more interesting part when we get down here.
Did you do the same thing? Get you coming off target a little quick on that last one?
So I liked the bump transition off of here, but what I got with the replacement of the dot,
Yeah.
and you'll probably see this on film pretty good, just a little bit of that tightness at the last second, and that extra tension just pushed me down a little bit, which changed my landing zone, and I tried to fix it by altering the tension in this hand really quickly, and that tightness in my support hand just shifted my dot over, so it was just bang, bang, and then I just came off of it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Or one of these.
This was, had like 2 right
That
there.
was it. I think I broke the line. We'll check on the video, but so one, that. This
And then
one
this was definitely a delta drag.
Yep, that's it right there. So delta. So you got
Missed those points.
5, 10, 15, 16. That was all alpha there, right?
In the center, yeah, 15 was all alpha.
36.
And then 3 alpha, 1 delta.
No,
and then
2 alpha, 1 Charlie.
1 Charlie at 25.
36, 46, 49, minus 10, 39. 39 points. 622.
Ugh, that's even more painful.
Yep.
All right. So on my third one, I've got to force that dot to settle a little bit longer.
I'm gonna try and go a little bit quicker on this and just accept, you know what I'm saying? What happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're seeing just about everything. You want to explore one time?
Probably, that's what I'm doing. Yep,
Yeah, if you're
do
gonna
like an exploratory drill.
There's, you can always like downgrade your level of confirmation for whatever your target is doing, or just open up the acceptable level of accuracy and see what happens.
I'm gonna do a little exploring here. You like that Shooter's Global, the little one, the Go? That thing's nice, dude. I want to get one of those.
Nice, convenient.
Dude, I have
Broken
never...
to the full size.
I got this a couple of years ago. I tossed it in my bag and then busted it back out. I used it for a little while, like a month or two. Didn't use it for like a year and broke it back out this year. I've never charged this battery,
Still have it.
and it just still keeps a charge.
Yep.
It's wild. And this is the old model too, so it doesn't have the little nub on it, the little teat to hold it in, so it falls off all the time. And dude, this battery is...
Yeah, Shooter's Globe, if you're watching, stop changing your interface. Your first interface was the best one. Go back to that.
Yeah. A little bit of hiccup on that last one, and I got some high shots on the far one.
Yeah, but on the upside of that last one is the shot went where you wanted it to.
So the time on that's better. That's a 650, so we're back in the 6s.
Yep.
Right?
Clean.
So we got those 2 off to the left, high left.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Are you still holding kind of high center here
Those 2 were after the reload.
after the reload?
Yeah, I can't help it, man. I always hold the upper half of the A zone.
Yeah, and so the way you reload, your gun is already up. So when you put your gun back on target, it's coming like 12 to 6.
Yep.
And we have this natural propensity to kind of want to break it a little early up here.
Yep. So I tend to, it's just, I don't know if it's just military, you know what I mean? And for a long time, I was like, hey man, A zone, that's a lot, but let's shoot the upper half of the A zone.
Yeah.
So everything for me, I put my dot right here.
Yeah.
So.
And then at 25 on a 10-yard zero, you're looking at about 1.5 inches
Right.
of play anyways.
Cool. Man. Of course, that one run we did, that one for the intro, was the best one I had the entire time.
Yeah.
Yep. Best time, best run.
Look, it was both of our best runs.
It was.
Yeah.
The cold start we both did when we filmed this thing right off the bat, those were the ones where we crushed it.
This is where we do the part of the video where like your cold run is your real run.
Yeah,
And
because
discredit the rest of the video.
that's the one we did the best on.
Yeah.
That's why it's the one that counts.
All right, so point of concern for this one is I've got to get my dot to stop. I'm kind of allowing a little bit more of a bounce out there.
That's what I was doing too.
Yeah, and with me throwing one at distance each time, there's no need to experiment on that far target because I'm not getting the confirmation that I need.
Yeah.
So I may pick these first 2 engagements up because I'm seeing what I need to see here, but back there at distance, I'm probably going to eat a little bit more time just by confirming a little bit more
All right.
where I'm at.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Stand by.
Ah! Yep, so
623.
might have 1 Charlie ride at 25.
Oh, it hit it. but I just tapped on the thing, but 623.
623 with the over confirmation. Right here on the second engagement.
1 Charlie.
So I can usually tell that I'm not picking these good small spots when I'm not getting this dot behavior and I'm getting this dot behavior.
Yes.
Right. So if I'm soft focusing on the A zone, then I'll get a lot of this right here. But if I pick those small spots, I'll get more of that right there.
Okay.
So I'm getting a lot of that upside down U behavior now.
3 Charlie.
We don't worry about that little guy right there. Right,
It broke perf.
Just a little buddy.
It broke perf.
Yeah, he's got a home. Nice.
I'll get that black one.
Yes, sir.
Charlie 1 Mike.
And so the upside here is my dot started here, but it ended here.
I'm gonna really focus on that last one, letting the dot settle. You know what I mean? And confirming that dot, just let it settle for that split second before I take that shot. So
you're gonna be more aggressive up front and then more careful at the back?
Yes, definitely. Attack, control on the last one. I'm gonna let that dot settle. Bang, bang. And control that just a little bit more on that far target. Stand by.
Good pickups coming back.
Yeah, that felt better coming back. It was still a little bit quick on that far target. I felt the dot settle a little bit more, but not quite as much as I wanted. So 3 Alpha 1 Charlie.
4 Alpha.
So 7 Alpha 1 Charlie.
I think you'll be pleased with this 25.
Ooh, is that line break? Look at those top 3. All right, man.
This brings us to our next point. Look at this beautiful group.
Should have done that every single time.
That's half of my face.
So plus 4 is 11 Alpha 1 Charlie. So that's 50 minus 2, 58 points. And the time was
it's a
6.96.
It's not bad, dude.
Not bad.
Retained a lot of points on that.
Yes. I think so for me, you know, people talk about like, you know, there's like subconscious competence, let your skills run in the background, you know, software versus hard, all this different stuff, myelination, synapses, blah, blah, blah. The more I think about these first 2 targets, the worse it gets. The only thing I thought about on that one was that last one and just, hey, let it settle for a split second more. No other thinking other than that. And like Frank Proctor says, over these ones, I just let it do. You know, he says that. So that for me seems to be the best way to do it. Based on what I know I can do, screw these targets. What's going to happen is going to happen. I know how to do that. Let that dot settle a little bit before and after the reload, and then just let the rest happen. Cool.
Moist down here.
Hey, real quick, what are you gonna do on this run?
Yeah, so big thing here, it takes the time that it takes to hit small shit. So again, a lot like what you did, I'm gonna accept that vertical streak here, dot moving, trigger stays moving. But once I get out there, I'm going to take a little bit more time on target than what I've used in the past to force that extra level of confirmation, because I'm not losing much here on the first 2 targets. But what is killing me is throwing at least 1 into that.
Because if you throw 1, it's over. You know what I mean? So are you going to, how would you describe that? Are you going to let the dot settle a little more, or are you going to let the dot stop?
Yeah, so I'm most likely on this one, because I've been letting it kind of settle here, but I'm also getting some deviation when I go to pull that trigger, right? So I'm going to let the dot stop on a fully prepped trigger. Rise, fall, rise, and then come off of it.
Okay, cool.
Or I'll just use this monkey brain and do none of that.
Are you ready? Stand by. Cool. That's a 630.
Interesting drag off that first target. 630.
I saw that, yeah.
A little wonky on the reload.
So this was, your first shot was off to the right here.
Yeah.
Pacer gun's down there. So we got, what is that?
2 Charlie.
2 and 2.
1. I saw about what I wanted to see
3.
down here. Oh, just me out here fighting for my life.
Okay, so that one broke perf. That guy? Dude, I don't know. I don't. By the way, you're not supposed to, like if you ever go to a competition, we love competitions, go shoot them. Best place to like test your skills, you know what I mean, here and there amongst your peers, right? And compare yourself. However, you're never supposed to like push the thing from the back. They always say go get the little overlay. Like.
That is not in.
That's out.
Yeah.
It
could not be any closer to not being out.
Yeah. So you got 7, 4, no, excuse me, 8, 3, and 1. 8, 3, and 1 Mike. 8 Alpha, 3 Charlie, 1 Mike, so 8 times 5, 40, 52 minus, so you got 42 points.
Yeah, so the upside to this, as far as the training side of it goes.
Now grab those black pasters, will you?
I saw about what I wanted to see out here. Yeah, visually I saw about what I needed to see. So like, once the grip isn't a factor, or isn't much of a factor anymore, once the trigger pull isn't a factor anymore, we can have dedicated dot behaviors and all that stuff. But still, one of the reasons that we miss at the end of the day is either we're not looking at the right spot, or we are looking at the right spot, and when the dot gets there, we just move it with our fat ogre fingers.
Yep. So would you have wanted that to settle a little bit more, stop a little bit more?
No, it stopped as much as I wanted it to.
Okay.
The big thing there, as it stopped, I allowed some deviation to the dot with that trigger finger.
Gotcha. Well, cool, man. How you feel about that? You gonna run anymore? Or you good?
Man, whatever you want to do. So, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you get so much value out of.
Yeah, so one thing we try to do with Nick was let's do a guaranteed hits run, right? Like, hey, man, if you guys can do this, you're good to go, right? I'm going to do that real quick, and then we'll have you demonstrate it. Cool? We kind of over-exaggerate the different stuff. So now doing a run that's a guaranteed hits run is different for everybody, right? Like, because everybody, you're all special snowflakes, right? Everybody's a little bit different, right? And you all got different ability levels and where you're at. So take that for what it is. His might be a little different than mine, and so on and so forth. Well, let's check that out. Let's just see how this goes. Stand by. That felt pretty good. I still pushed one off to the right coming back, but overall, not too shabby. Yeah, fair enough, man. So see that speed difference? That last one, I absolutely had the dot settle, shot, settle, shot, just like that. The middle target, I did push one off to the right, but other than that, that was coming onto this first target. So let's look at that. So if you can, show me what that looks like, kind of over-exaggerated, so people have that good example.
Thank you.
Because this might be the place where you start to make sure you got everything down, and then guess what? You're gonna start pushing that speed to make everything happen quicker.
All right, seeing everything.
Stand by. Good.
Should be clean.
So that was 6, 7, 9. Good.
Yeah, so the upside there is I saw that dot rise and fall at distance.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I've been wanting the whole time. Just gave it the amount of carefulness that I needed.
Well, you guys, hope you really enjoyed the drill. Again, focus on that last target. That's what's gonna get you. One the big thing we talk about was confirming the dot or the behavior of the dot, right? And you dictate how that is. Whether you break that down, there's a lot of different terminology for, like JJ Rakaza says, attack and control. He likes to break down his targets that way. Some people like to think in the more predictive versus reactive shooting, right? Or some people just have different confirmation levels. And I know like Brian Enos has like 5 confirmation levels.
Oh, yeah.
That's a bit much for me, right? But like, he was also a world champion back in the day and a super smart guy, and it worked for him. I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer to this, as long as you know exactly what you're doing and what you're capable of and how you can put all this together, okay, to make yourself successful.
Yeah, I mean, each target demands a set engagement speed, right? That engagement speed is going to be based on how fast you can see it and the difficulty of that target itself. We don't want to spend too much time on one target, not enough time on the other, right? Each target is going to have its own dedicated behavior. Make sure that you are using those as metrics to increase or decrease your speed or time or points.
So we're gonna go ahead and get into our gear breakdown. This is the part of the video that people always ask in the first 30 seconds, what is this, what is that? And they never click on the gear breakdown, right? So we do this at the end of every video because to answer y'all's questions. So if you're watching this, one, thank you. And two, go down in the comments and tell everybody you see that has a gear question, watch the gear breakdown. Even if what they asked isn't in the gear breakdown, tell them it is anyway, so they go watch it, right? And just pretend like it's there.
It's the most important part.
Yeah, dude. So first things first, right? Kind of going head to toe, BAER hat, available on the website. Tom's got one too. And then we got our auto engineering noise barriers. These things are great. I will say, these things keep coming off because I've worn the shit out of them, but they still work just fine. So I might get me another set. So those are good. Obviously, Leupold sunglasses. These are the Katmai's. Leupold made sunglasses. They're actually really good. They're like Oakley quality glasses. I'm pretty impressed with it. BAER shirt, get on the website. Shooters Global shot timer. And then you're actually running the little one, which we'll get to in a second. But this thing's been great. I really, really like it. One thing a lot of people want to know, what pistols are we shooting? So I'm shooting a Staccato P. This is a stock Staccato P with a Leupold DP Pro on top. That's it, man. There's nothing special about it. It's pretty broken in, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's it. Wojtek belt. This is our new gray colorway that we came out with on 4th of July. Pick one of these up. The gray is super cool. Let's go buy stuff, all that. Blade Tech holster hanger and their tech mount system. If you guys haven't seen this disc system, it just drops right in. You can adjust it however you want and it clicks in place. Tab on the bottom. You seen these things?
That's pretty nifty.
You haven't seen these?
No.
Oh, dude, they're great. And
I think I've seen the mag ones. I haven't seen the holster.
Yeah, well, it's got a locking tab on the bottom too, so I can lock that in place.
It's like a better RTI.
So it doesn't hit that. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then mag carriers, exact same thing. Tension screws there. Mags are Staccato. Vertx Delta Stretch shorts, because, you know, skies out, thighs out, all that. And then, as always, we got the Ultras on. Watch, tag, Aqua Racer. Yeah, man. And, oh, most importantly, which you're a fan of now, boom, Alp. Love these little nicotine pouches because I don't dip anymore. And thankfully, Staccato, we're running the Staccato match ammo today that they sent us. Very grateful for this. If you guys get that $500 gift card, check out their ammo. It's pretty awesome. So other than that, man, I think that's it for me. Real quick, target stands that we're using, and all targets are action target. Those bases have been really great. To make it easy, we cut the sticks at 5 feet so that every target is 5 feet at the shoulders. Other than that, Vertx range bag down there. I forget what the hell it's called, but that thing's pretty slick.
COF heavy.
Thank you, COF, Course of Fire, I think it stands for COF. Yep, COF heavy. Thank you, Tom. Other than that, man, what you got, dog? You got some fancy stuff.
That's gonna be pretty hard to follow, but I'll start top to bottom. Right, you got the Patagonia.
Ooh, Patagonia.
Khaki hat, right, which is, you know, GWAT operator shit. You know, got to have the tan. Coming south from there, I'm wearing Magpul sunglasses.
Dude, people ask, they want to know.
The Radius, maybe not the Radius, but probably the Radius model. Awesome. It's like my second pair of them in about 6 years. They've been pretty phenomenal. Magpul, do the right thing, send me another one. Coming down from there, I've got this Lurkin Apparel shirt that talks about the thing that I'm most passionate about. Back here, you want to zoom in on that? Because we're not trying to lower standards, we're trying to raise them as often as possible, in every capacity possible. Moving south of there, I've got just a pretty typical Double Alpha Academy belt with some Double Alpha Academy mag holders that can be canted. I'm running just a little magnet here just because it's convenient as a way to store another mag without having to put one back here on my butt. Also running the little Shooters Global mini timer. I've used the big ones before, love them. I typically will break them or drop them in water puddles and stuff like that.
I want to get one of those.
These are super convenient. You run everything off your phone, and these seem to be a lot lot more durable over time, right? I've broken 2 of the large ones.
Have you?
This one right here, man, I've done everything except run over it, and I've been super happy with it.
Okay.
So from there, running Staccato mags, They seem to work really well. I still have MBX mags, still have other mags. These seem to work the most consistent for me. I know that's hit or miss for everybody else, but Tuxedo's done a damn good job with their magazines. Now, as far as gun goes, I shoot a Fowler Industries Vanna 9.0, right? So it's ported model, full 5-inch gun. It's got our Valentine grip on it, two-tone Tuxedo, kind of matching our targets out here. And I will say this is a bone stock Vanna 9 from Fowler, bone stock. Right, so no upgrades other than the fact that it's a Fowler made specifically from Logan. Now the point of contention here is I run SROs on just about everything. I did recently get some of the new Vertx Defender XLs in, so pretty excited to try those.
I've heard good things about
Bunch of dudes have been saying great stuff about them, and I'm pretty excited to see Vertx do some different stuff with their red dots.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, running this off of a BOSS hanger from Ben Secker Pro Shop. Then my custom holster from Next Level Tactical in Modesto, California, called the Super Scooper, right? So Luke was influential in helping create this for me. I wanted something that didn't catch my hand drag up into the gun. So this is nice and super slick on the backside. It doesn't add any space in between the bag of the trigger guard to the gun itself. So it's really easy just to catch it on the fly and go from there. As far as pants go, we're looking at some Oakley, probably some, only get them at the outlet store, Oakley, right? Some nice, cheap, 3 years ago, popular pants. Then at the bottom, got some custom Vans, right? Because, you know, boat shoes and seals and hair and stuff. But man, that's it. Don't copy the fit, but
fair enough,
that's
dude.
what I'm here with.
Real quick, what kind of watch is that? I know people are gonna ask. I like watches too.
Is a Seiko Mega, right? So it's a mod. It's a mod between Seiko and Omega. All it is, they took all the awesome parts of the Omega Speedmaster, put it on a Seiko system, Seiko motor basically, changed the front end. But man, I love it, right? So big Seiko fan, big Omega fan. They just combined those two for a pretty different price tag overall. I've been super happy with these. These mod watches are pretty interesting, depending on how deep down you want to go into it. And then also running these auto engineering over the years. I've run a lot of VeerPro over the past decade. Those seem to be the most durable, waterproof. Everything I've done to them, they survive.
Auto's made they make good headsets.
Yeah.
And so for people that are running comms, they have a great omnidirectional system. So if you're running multiple channels, one will come in from one direction, one from another, so you can separate things a lot better. It's very interesting. But I really like Auto. Really good stuff.
Yeah,
that is a
great
slick watch, dude. I like that. Slick gun, be fancy, dog. Got that black and silver, and the Tuxedo targets.
I didn't notice that, but I do now.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, shooting the 124 grain hop munitions. Been shooting for hop for about 2 years now. I'm super happy with all the ammo. Love being on the Vanguard team. Great group of shooters and ammo makers up there. If you get the opportunity to support them if you can.
Yeah. Fair enough, guys. Well, that's everything. Yeah, anything you guys got, put it in the comments, man. Other than that, get out and shoot. Remember to submit your stuff, subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff. And make sure you tag and collaborate with both of us. Put your hit factor in there so we don't have to do math, because obviously you see that we suck at that. But other than that, man, shoot, have a great time, and enjoy this drill this month.
Thanks for swinging by the Beat Lab.
Yeah, dude. Went to yoga last week. Felt wonderful. Oh, are we filming right now? Take one. All right. But choked on something. Sorry.
It's an open target, right? No hard cover. Nothing super to be. Just hang in there. That was clean right there. And then I had what was a Charlie or Delta on target one?
Oh, I don't remember.
The camera knows.
Are you ready? Mm-hmm. We didn't pace out them.
We didn't pace. I'm sitting there looking at the bullet holes too.
Yeah.
Hey, this actually works out well because we didn't pace this 25 yard.
We didn't pace it?
We did not.
I'm pretty sure that was all alpha. Cool. All right.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
Made it.
Yeah, we done, dog. Yeah, dude, you got all that rich people shit, man. That gun is gorgeous. That thing's amazing. Yeah, I want to shoot your gun. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna go shoot this gun. All right.